Welcome to Access All Areas. We haven't got any of the boys on the sofa this week. They are prepping for the final and we're not available. However, we do have 3 people. We've had a lot of people writing in saying, when are you getting the girls on? We've got top of the league. We've got Mo Hunt, Maud Muir and Sarah Beckett joining us. Woo! Woo! Make some more noise. Make some more noise. We've just touched on it. Mo, this is like a poor man's version of what you've been doing recently, isn't it? You've become a sensation. How was it with England?
I don't know about a sensation, but no, I really enjoyed it, to be fair. Like, the girls were great crack. Hosting live is always awkward, though, isn't it? Like, you don't know what's coming. And like I just said...
Not with these, yeah, not with...
Yeah, I know.
Next to you, yeah, you don't...
We had Maudie on the sofa, and she actually didn't like some of the questions and genuinely said it live and was like, I don't like that one, not going to answer that. So dealing with that was a bit tricky, but no, it was awesome. No, I loved it.
Not for me today, yeah. So you're back at Kingsholm. Obviously, we're back into League Rugby already, but I think it would be remiss not to touch on where you've just been, how it was. What's that, 3 in a row? Yeah. Is that right? 3 in a row?
3 Grand Slams.
3 Grand Slams, yeah. Don't want to talk about 3 Grand Slams in a row. Yeah, 3 Grand Slams in a row, lots more before that. How was it? Yeah, Maud, are you okay with that? With that question, yeah?
Okay.
How was it?
Great question.
Tell me how the last 8 weeks have been for you.
Yeah, it's actually been really good. Like, the girls have, it's been such a good group of girls. Like, the culture has been really good. The rugby's been really good. And yeah, been a lot of fun, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Where have you been staying then? Has most of your time been Penny? I've seen a lot. Yeah. What's brilliant is the content has been like through the roof these days, isn't it?
Because of Maud's reels, that's why. Maud's diaries every week, seen them.
Maud's overview.
Yeah.
Was it at Maud Muir on Instagram? Go and check out the reels on Instagram.
Making sure everyone knows. And what about the difference with John Mitchell being in then? So he's got some previous, he's got some history.
Can you tell us about that? Because we actually don't know about it much.
I don't know much about it either, but I don't know if he's a fan of the show, I don't know if he watches, but he's got some sort of things that have happened in the past, hasn't he? He coached in South Africa, sent them around a 400-metre track for as long as they could last for.
Genuine.
Some boys never played again. Something like
I think I would never play again.
Honestly, I think, is that where he was coaching before he came back to England? Yeah, there's a story about that. Yeah. But he's got a lot of stories from the past. Yeah, he's obviously a brilliantly successful coach.
Yeah.
How has he changed, I guess, firstly, culture, and secondly, their style of play?
I think culture-wise, he's made sure everyone's felt valued. So I got red carded in the first game of the Six Nations, but was still kept in camp, which previously I don't think that would have happened. I think I would have been sent back to club and been told to go do my training there. So to feel valued within that group, even when you can't contribute on a game day, was class, and to feel valued within that group in that environment. So I think he's just changed the culture in terms of also us feeling a bit more free of being able to try things. I think before we weren't able to try things as much, and he wants us to play and wants us to, his terminology was take the handbrake off and be able to try things and not be scared to try things, especially in training.
It's just a bit more fun as well. He makes it a little less serious. Like, you can have a joke and it's fine, which I think is really nice, and it makes you be able to play a bit freer, have a bit more chill time in camp and be more yourself.
Yeah. He's picking you, obviously.
Yeah, I know. He's picking me. He's picking me, which is great.
Yeah. He's picking me again, yeah. But like we saw it throughout the Six Nations, didn't we? Like big days at Twickenham, big day in France. How cool was that to see? Like, I saw the one at the weekend, the person holding the thing up for you, like the placard up in the crowd at the weekend.
Oh yeah.
It's really amazing to see from the outside. How does it feel to be like on the journey as girls, like where it's going like this? Obviously, not to pick on ages, but you might have seen it when it was slightly different.
You can pick on the ages.
No, I wouldn't do that to you, but you saw it when...
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
I saw that picture,
different.
the throwback picture of you at Isha years ago. When was that?
Yeah, so Isha, when would that have been? Goodness, like 2012? Yeah, maybe. So the difference from like playing at Isha Rugby Club in front of probably like 70 people to now running out of Twickenham. And it's not just in England, like obviously you mentioned France. Ireland had 2 record crowds for 2 of their home games.
Scotland
Wales
sold out, was it?
Yeah, Scotland sold out first time. Wales obviously got a record crowd at the Principality as well. So like there is the appetite there, and I think the more that it's out there and on TV and stuff like that. Like everyone's getting on board with it, and we're starting to now see it crossing over into our like domestic game as well, which is class. But yeah, it's proper special.
And player of the match for Alex Matthews. Just how good is she?
She's been unbelievable, hasn't she? Obviously was in unreal form in the Six Nations, was tearing up there. We had a bit of a chat about justice for the forwards because I was backs getting player of the match every match. It's the forwards, but no, I was unbelievable and managed to get player of the match against France in the Grand Slam decider, and then brought that form straight back to Gloucester, luckily for us, and was tearing up against Loughborough, I don't know what I meant to call them. Loughborough Saints. Yeah, we're just so lucky to have her on our team.
It starts to annoy you when people get it a bit too often, doesn't it? It starts to.
No, not with our.
Boys are saying that about
She's just a workhorse, and she's so humble about it. So.
Oh, I hate them.
You should have heard her on the bench. She was like, I'm definitely getting player of the match today. I'm joking.
So 2 league games left.
Yeah.
What is the mindset like as the group now? Because obviously we're hoping for a home semi, is that right?
It's confirmed.
Confirmed home
Secured.
semi.
In the bag.
So what are we looking like now as a group, where you've already got that in the bag, you've won it last year, you know what's coming? Is there a difference now you're champions defending it, or is it the same thing? Is it game at a time, or?
Yeah, I think it's still like game at a time. I think we've talked about being champions this season in terms of we were champions last season and we're not champions this season, so we've got to go win that again, and people are probably going to want to come after us a little bit more this season. I think last season people were like, oh yeah, they're good, but they're not going to win it, are they? And then we did win it, so people are like, oh, we should probably actually stand up and pay some attention now. So I don't know if you guys feel the same.
It was a bit of a funny one. Like last season, we were kind of everyone's team that wasn't their team. Do you know what I mean? So if they were like playing for Leicester, they'd be supporting us as well because we were almost like the underdogs. Whereas now everyone's like, we want to see you lose.
Gloucester winning again.
Literally, it's the tables have completely turned, I'd say.
Did it feel a bit like that in camp? Where people suddenly go like, are they taking you more serious as a team?
No, I honestly think as soon as you're in camp, it doesn't matter what club you are. Really, you're all playing for England.
It's great that.
Yeah, it's good.
And so 2 to go. Have we started to think about beyond anything else, the final? Obviously,
not really.
That everyone remembers that day last year, apart from Luds, because he had his wedding on the same day, so still a bit bitter about it. But everyone else remembers that day, like a very, very special day, and I think it's something that I reckon has bonded the club and the fans more so to the team. Do you reckon? Like seeing it at Kingsholm, obviously it's Exeter this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Exeter this year, has it started to sort of go around the squad, the idea of doing back-to-back?
We definitely have talked about it back-to-back, but like for now, we just want to gel back. Like I think the game was really scrappy on the weekend, and we know we need to get a lot better before even thinking of finals or semi-finals. So I think it's just taking each game as it comes, but yeah, like we all know what we want at the end of the season.
Yeah. I think even more than that, like it's not even us talking about back to back, like so many other people talk about it, so we sort of get like dragged into it, but we just have to stay like focused on our next game. And the only games that we're worried about this week is Ealing, and then next week it'll be Sarries, and the week after that it'll be the semi-final. So there's no point thinking about a final if you don't win your semi-final.
Yeah, 100%. I think before that as well, though, we pick up 1 point this weekend, we win the league. So that's our like first marker is we've got Ealing, and they're probably the one team that ran us the closest. I think it was like a 2-score game maybe.
It was a close
Them and
game.
Leicester were our closest games probably.
So like we know that actually we can't take our foot off anything because we've been pushed so close by these teams before. So just making sure that we're on it.
It's so easy to get sort of complacent as a team. Like you're winning games, you come back off Six Nations, roll back straight into winning. What are the areas that you're going to be sort of looking at to, I guess, focus in on for these next 2 games plus semi, hopefully final? But like, what are we going to be focusing in on, both training-wise and like, as individuals? Do you think where's the next level going to be taken? Do you like that question?
Yeah,
great question. I think it's important to say, we don't. It's weird because we keep winning, but it doesn't really feel like we're winning every week. Like we are really hard on ourselves and we want to get better, and like we can be so much better. But like the main areas are probably like just keep getting better at our set piece, like set piece strikes. Defensively is a big work on for us. Like we're all good defenders, but I think it's that as one team, no one gets past us. I think we get a bit upset when, not upset, but like frustrated. Yeah,
Or just
some
crying.
of us
I'm
do,
just
yeah. Frustrated when
Like it.
there's line breaks and stuff. So we want to be like unstoppable. We want to be a red and white wall.
Individually, obviously you've driven the team, you've been a main driving factor of this team. What do you think you've added to your game that's made it go through the roof again or back into that sort of situation?
Do you know what? I don't really know. I think it's almost like the freedom to play from the coaches that have allowed me to almost thrive rather than it being something specific for me, because I feel like I've always been like this. I've always played the way that I play. But I think the freedom and the structure that we have at the minute to be able to like see something and pick a blindside or tap and go, because I feel like people are on the floor when Maud didn't stop me anyway. But like that sort of freedom to be able to like go after it is what's allowed me to almost thrive. But yeah, definitely like to echo Maudie's point, like defensively is still something that I'm going after and striving to improve, like all of us really.
And do you need this chair? Do you want to, I feel, or should we swap?
No.
Do you want to close the
absolutely not.
show out?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, you do.
All right,
'Cause I
sure.
feel like I just feel
There's no
like
way.
you want this chair. I feel awkward. I feel like I should be a guest
She's
on
been
your show.
staring
What,
at
do you
you
want
all.
me to say?
I feel like I should be a guest on your show.
Perfect.
Yeah, does this feel more?
Yeah, this feels more normal.
It feels
so
normal
you
for me as
mentioned
well.
in England that you felt like there was different teams. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I just felt like nobody spoke to me ever.
Really?
Ever, yeah, and they just left me in my room the whole time.
That's savage.
Yeah, it's brutal, isn't it?
Yeah, that is brutal.
Luckily I wasn't there very long. Will you close it out,
Yeah,
all right?
so
Stop
good.
doing a
What would you like
better
me to
job.
say?
Stop doing a
What would
better
you like
job
me
than
to
me.
say? Now let's hear from Johnny May, who has announced that he is leaving the club after nearly 200 appearances.
So Johnny, the time has officially come to wish farewell to Gloucester after an incredible amount of time at the club. What's your kind of initial reflections on representing this club?
It really has become a big part of mine and my family's life. It's a big part of my heart, and so it's sad. Of course, it's sad, but I've had lots of great times here, great memories, and I feel like I'm leaving on a positive note, with good spirits with teammates and with the team in a good place, on track to keep improving, and I feel connected to that with years to come. So everything has to come to an end at some point, and of course it is sad, but there's also lots of positives and some amazing memories to take with me.
And in terms of what's next, what does the future look like for you?
So right now the immediate short-term future is we've got to finish the Premiership and we've got a final to prepare for. So very, very business end, exciting times here still to rip into. In the summer I am playing for the Barbarians, which is a game at Twickenham, which is really exciting for me. And beyond that, I've got nothing concrete yet, but I do want to continue to play for maybe one or two more years max. Experience something different potentially. Likely to be abroad if the opportunity comes up for me that works for me and my family. But I feel like I've got a little bit of good rugby left in me, and you're a long time retired, so I want to try and enjoy and experience something different before I hang my boots up once and for all.
And as someone that came through the academy here, you did the Hartpury programme, you have developed that real connection with this place, that you've almost been here for every touch point through your career. Is that something you're really proud of, and I guess what are your proudest moments within that?
I remember now, like when I first got the opportunity to come into the academy, I couldn't believe it. I got to ring my dad and say, listen, I'm in the academy, and then to go through the journey, like you said, through Hartpury, and to get a game in an A-League game and get out here and for my family to come and watch me. And then even to go to Leicester for a little bit, work on my game, but to get the opportunity to come back was something that I'd always really wanted to do. So no, there's no regrets and no what ifs left out there for me. I really have given this a real good crack, and given it a lot of effort, blood, sweat and tears. Like I said, it being such a big part of my heart and my life and my family's life, of course it is sad, but things do come to an end and it's on a positive note with opportunity left this season. And this club will be part of my life, and I'll be connected to it for the rest of my days. Really, I still support Gloucester, stay close with the boys, and cheer the boys on. So it's just what it is.
And when you scored your first try, I think you said against Leicester back in 2010, did you imagine over 180 appearances later you'd still be sitting here and representing this club?
No. Yeah, but has it gone? It has felt like a long time when you think back to being in the academy in 2018 and then getting my debut in the 2009-10 season. I did a lot of rugby here, and like I said, a spell at Leicester, and then to come back and do some more rugby. It has been a long old journey, and lots of ups and downs, setbacks, bumps, achievements, all of it along the way. So I've experienced a great career. I'm just, like I said, very grateful for all of my time here, and there isn't really any what ifs left, and that's what I'm grateful for. There's nothing that I haven't, in terms of effort or feel like there's any opportunities missed. So I've given it everything.
And obviously, you mentioned that you went to Leicester for that period, and you came back just after COVID. Did it feel like you came back to finish some unfinished business, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, the dream was to come back and win trophies and play some great rugby and yeah, finish off my days here. And there's been some things of that I've achieved. I got to come back, and there has been some good rugby at times. There's still an opportunity to lift the trophy, but it has been a hard 4 years. We've worked very, very hard. We've had a new coaching team. We've got young players. We've had injuries. Me included. I'm frustrated that I don't feel that I've shown the very, very best of myself over this 4 years, particularly in attack. But there's been a lot of hard work. I think to the best results we've had over this period have probably been Leicester away, to win at Leicester away this season, to win at Saracens away for the first time 2 years ago, to win at Bordeaux away last season. Those games were just built on grit and hard work and fight, and that is what this group has been about. So yeah, you dream of coming back and scoring loads of tries and showing off all that stuff, but it's been a little bit more of the hard, nitty gritty stuff. But I'm proud of that, because I do feel like we are starting to see the rewards of all that hard work that this group has put in, and it will come, and it is coming. So yeah, a challenging 4 years, but I would do it all over again in a snapshot. I don't regret the decision to come back, because I love playing here. I love playing for this club, and I had unfinished business. I wanted to come here. It's unfortunate I'm not going to finish my career here. It doesn't look like that, but I really have ripped in and given a lot of hard work into this team over the last 4 years, and I think it's in a good position to push on, and I'll feel connected to anything that this team goes on to achieve.
And you picked on a few moments there, especially in the last 4 years, but also the last 12 months that were particular highlights for this group. You were obviously part of the team that picked up that Challenge Cup trophy back in 2015.
Yeah.
And now, hopefully, we're going to that final in a couple of weeks. How fitting would that be? And I guess how fulfilling would that be to hopefully have some silverware there as well?
Yeah, I feel like the story isn't quite finished being written yet. And what a fairy tale it would be, but what a trap that is also, to fall into thinking or drifting into those nice thoughts. Just there's a big couple of weeks ahead. Stay focused, stay on the moment, and play the moment. But yeah, how amazing would that be to finish lifting a trophy? And there are similarities between. I remember we've probably played our best rugby this year in the Challenge Cup. And it's incredible what we have done. And I remember the games back here in 2015. We beat Cardiff, we beat Exeter, We beat Connaught, and then we went away to beat Edinburgh. All very, very good teams. And what we're doing here now in terms of beating Edinburgh away in the group, beating Clermont and Cast in the group, big teams, going away to Georgia. I even played in that game, and it really has been the best rugby we've played over this four-year period. Benetton in particular was probably our best 80-minute performance. So it's going to take that again. But yeah, there's still a little bit more to be written here, and that's very exciting. But sport can also be cruel, so let's just see how it unfolds. But I will be giving it absolutely everything I've got, and so will the rest of the boys, because there really is a chance to do something special.
And I know there'll be thousands of Gloucester fans travelling to that game, as they have done for every away game, no matter what. Tell us about your connection with those guys as well.
No, I've played in a lot of places all over the world, and for me, my favourite places to play are Kingsholm and Twickenham, without doubt. There's something special about playing here, particularly under the lights on a Friday night. The shed make it just one of the best atmospheres to play in the world, I feel. I certainly love it. It really is, without sounding too cliche, but like a family feel, a community feel to it. Real honest, hard-working city culture and history to it that makes it very, very special. So I'll be back. I won't be playing, but I'll be back here because it's a special place. Lots of magic happens out there, and in front of the shed. It really is. It's a bit of rugby culture that's very, very special.
And from one family to another, your immediate family, they've kind of been on that roller coaster with you all the way. You spoke about telling your dad you're in the academy, but you now end your career here. You've got a little one now that's come along in that time. How much of a part have they played in your Gloucester career? I
mean, my dad still picks me up. I get here early on match day, so he'll pick me up. We'll have a Costa drive-through on the way. He's here 4 hours early. I'm stretching. He's stood over there. I know exactly where he'll be when I'm warming up. My mum and wife come a little bit later. Now Jackson's on the scene. We've actually had a lot of Friday night games, and it's just hell for him. So he hasn't been to those, but he was on the pitch with me after that Benetton game, and that's pretty special. But no, thank you to my family as well, because like I said, there's certainly some special moments, but downs as well, and they see it all, and they've been with me and stuck with me, and probably seen it in a way that nobody else does. So thank you very much to them. But they're still going to be Gloucester fans, and it's a big part of their lives as well. So it's an ending that's sad, but also we're still part of this club, and we'll be back.
Well, John, it's been a pleasure watching you play in Cherry and White, and you'll certainly be written into folklore here of many, many memories on this turf out here. So thank you very much, and we certainly look forward to seeing you back at Kingsholm, even if not in playing capacity.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate. Thank you.